get paid, boys!
Out here on the Atlantic, Captain Mike and his four-man crew are about to risk everything for one massive 6-day lobster haul that could bring in $200,000. 6 days, no sleep, endless waves. This is the brutal reality of commercial lobster fishing, where every pot counts. The crew knows one good trip can change everything. Giant lobsters mean giant paychecks.
Hey, heads up, line's ready. Stack them tight, boys.
They're leaving safe harbor for the open sea where monster lobsters wait on the rocky bottom.
Secure that trap!
The next 144 hours will test every man aboard. This is how lobster fishermen chase six-figure hauls. They're heading 40 miles offshore to the lobster-rich ledges where the big money lives.
Coffee's fresh, Cap. Thanks, keep an eye on that plotter. Roger, looks good.
Experience matters when you're pulling up pots that can weigh hundreds of pounds.
Keep it tight, boys, no slack. This herring's rank, but it'll pull them in. Hauled in a monster last week with this. Let's go, next stack.
Big Ray. The first string of 50 traps is in the water. The hunt for monster lobsters has officially begun. 100 traps down, thousands more to go. Every pot is a lottery ticket worth hundreds of dollars. The gear is set. Now they wait and pray for a record haul.
Remember that haul last season? 200K split 3 ways? Yeah, but we barely slept for 6 days. Worth it. This prize could set us up if we can stay awake.
Rest is a luxury they can't afford. The clock is ticking on their massive lobster payday. Day 2 begins. Time to start hauling and see if the lobsters showed up.
Winch is live, chain's moving! Keep it steady! Line on!
The moment of truth. Will these pots be loaded with giant lobsters or come up empty? First trap up, and it's crawling with massive lobsters already. These giants are worth serious money. One good pot can pay a deckhand's week. Legal size and monster weight, this is exactly what the high-end markets pay top dollar for. The work never stops. One string down, dozens more to haul before dark. Every second counts when you're chasing a 6-figure lobster payday.
Watch step, deck slick! Clear the way, coming through!
Trap goes back down immediately. The cycle repeats non-stop for 6 straight days. This is the heart of commercial lobster fishing. Relentless, dangerous, and potentially life-changing.
Keep it quick, we got traps to pull. Best spaghetti ever.
Food is fuel when you're pulling 300-pound traps in 20-foot seas. Day 3 and the weather is turning, but the lobsters are still coming up huge. This single lobster could sell for over $100 on the dock, and they're pulling dozens like it. The haul is building fast. They're already on pace for the biggest trip of the season. "20-foot seas test even the toughest crews, but quitting is not an option. Pain is part of the job when you're chasing $200,000 in lobster gold. The tanks are filling up. Every lobster here is cash swimming in salt water.
Damn it, hold on! It's a monster! Keep pulling! Winch is holding! We're good!
The ocean doesn't care how much money is on the line. It keeps coming. These prehistoric-looking giants are the reason men risk their lives every trip. Teamwork is everything when a single pot can weigh more than a grown man.
What's the total now? 4,300, almost halfway. Keep it up.
End of day 4 and they're already halfway to their $200,000 goal.
Day 5, the final big push before they head for home with the mother load.
The lobsters are stacked deep today. This could be the haul that makes the whole trip.
Look at that bar! Unbelievable!
Buyer, this is the captain. We're pipitting over 200,000 docksides.
The buyer is already waiting. They're projecting over $200,000 dockside. The last pot is up. 6 brutal days are finally coming to an end.
They survived the edge of the sea and came home with a fortune in live lobster.
Back at the dock, the real payoff begins.
$212,000, the exact number flashing on the buyer's check. Back on solid ground, the real reward begins. These monster lobsters are about to turn into cold, hard cash.
Let's see these beauties. Hold that one up.
One lobster after another, each one pushing the total closer to that life-changing $200,000 mark. The numbers are climbing fast. This trip is shaping up to be one of their best ever. Even after the haul, the work never truly ends. Gear must be cleaned and ready for the next brutal trip.
This one's caked in barnacles. Keep scrubbing, I'll hose it. Almost got it.
The deal is done. Captain Mike just secured a massive paycheck for the whole crew.
Each deckhand walks away with thousands. The brutal 6 days at sea were worth every freezing wave. From the rocky bottom of the Atlantic straight to luxury tables, these lobsters will fetch premium prices tonight.
Order 47, packed, lid secured.
6 days of nonstop danger and exhaustion have paid off in the best way possible. These hands pulled thousands of pounds of lobster and earned every single dollar the hard way. For Captain Mike, it's not just about the money, it's about providing for the family waiting at home. Another record trip in the books, but the ocean never sleeps, and neither do these fishermen.
Watch the spray! Again! Trap's clear, stacking now!
Cleanup is just preparation. They'll be back out there in a few days chasing another fortune. The cycle starts again. Fresh bait means fresh hope for another monster lobster haul.
Whew, that smell never gets old.
Fuel, gear, and grit. Everything must be ready before they head back into the dangerous open sea. New gear goes on, because every trip could be the one that breaks records. A good captain always watches the forecast, because one bad storm can wipe out the entire season's profit.
Hold it tighter there, the mesh is giving way.
Maintenance never stops. Every trap must be perfect to catch the biggest lobsters.
Here, almost done with this side.
Remember that storm? We thought we were goners.
Yeah, but the haul was worth it.
The bond between these men is forged in salt water and shared danger. This is what keeps them coming back. The boat is almost ready again. The ocean is calling, and the next $200,000 opportunity waits just offshore. 6 brutal days delivered over $200,000, but for these lobster fishermen, the real adventure is only just beginning. After only 1 day on land, the crew is already gearing up for another 6-day war against the sea.
Morning. Ready for this? Yeah, after this coffee.
This low-pressure system is moving in fast.
Deck stack nose.
A new low-pressure system is moving in. This next trip could be even more dangerous, but the lobsters are still out there.
Cast off!
They're heading back out, chasing another massive lobster haul that could push them well over $200,000.
The ocean is already testing them. 20-foot swells are nothing new, but every trip brings new risks.
Stack them tight. Watch the bow spray.
Every trap is loaded with care, because one bad bait job can cost thousands in lost lobsters.
Good bait. Next row, move. Move away.
The gear goes back down fast. The race for another record-breaking lobster haul has started again.
This is his third trip. The money is good, but the learning curve is steep and unforgiving.
Remember that haul last fall? Biggest ever. Yeah, traps were full. Good times. This is the life, right? Enjoy it. The wind screams soon. Winch is pulling! Haul away! Traps coming up! Watch the line! Stay on the outside! Boss one's on deck! Secure end!
Day 2 of Huron, the weather has turned nasty.
Even in terrible conditions, these giants are showing up. This could be another $200,000 trip. The table is chaos. Hands move at lightning speed before the next trap comes up.
The sea tries to knock them down, but these men refuse to quit when money is on the line.
Ah, shit! Keep it coming! Haul ass, boys!
This beast alone could be worth nearly $200, one of the biggest of the season.
Yeah! Woo! That's a monster! Get it! Hell yeah! Big money! Nice work, Carlos!
The tanks are getting heavy. Every pound swimming here brings them closer to another huge payday.
Sleep is measured in minutes. They eat, rest, and get back on deck as fast as possible.
Winch is screaming! Trap coming up! Ready!
The haul is building faster than expected. This storm might actually be bringing the biggest lobsters to the bait. They're already projecting over $230,000. This trip is turning legendary. Balance is everything. One wrong step in these conditions can send a man overboard.
This is the brutal heart of lobster fishing. Danger, exhaustion, and the promise of a fortune.
Come on, back up! Steady! Hold fast! Come on! Yeah.
Day 4 and the crew is still going strong. The ocean is giving them everything it has, and they're taking it.
Blisters and rope burns are just part of the job when you're hauling pots worth hundreds of dollars each.
Trap coming in! Clear the deck! Keep them steady, they're lively. Deck back, up! Go!
In these conditions, every man knows his role. Teamwork is the only way to survive and succeed. This is a true monster. One of the biggest they've seen all season and worth serious money on the market.
Watch your step!
One slip here could mean disaster, but the tanks must keep filling if they want that big paycheck.
Captain Mike keeps the boat steady so his men can keep working. Leadership in the middle of chaos. The pace is relentless. They have to process each trap before the next one comes aboard.
Yeah! Keep coming! Another huge one!
The ocean throws everything it has at them. Yet these lobster fishermen refuse to slow down.
Whoa! Keep pulling! Ha! That's all you got? Whew, this rain is relentless. Yeah, but we can't stop now. That band, stay straight. The haul's too good. Just a bit more.
Short breaks are all day. Exhaustion setting in. Day 5 and the gear is still producing monsters. This trip is exceeding all expectations. They're now projecting $250,000. This could be their best trip in years. Empty traps go right back down. The cycle never stops until every pot has been worked.
The pain and fatigue are real, but so is the money waiting at the dock.
The payoff is swimming right here. Every tank is packed with future dollars.
Every pot feels heavier than the last. The ocean is rewarding their hard work.
Buyer, Cap here. Update, we're at 52,000 pounds, mostly large grade. Holding steady.
Copy that, Cap. Look,
The buyer's already excited. This load is going to command top dollar at the market.
The final string is producing better than anyone expected. This is the haul of a lifetime. The last pot is in. 6 more brutal days are coming to an end with an incredible result.
Last one locked down. Hell yeah!
they survived another storm and filled the tanks. Now it's time to head back to the dock.
I can't believe we did it again.
Yeah, and the money's waiting. Look, the harbor's right there.
Another 6-day battle with the sea is over, and once again, these lobster fishermen are coming home winners. Safe harbor at last. After 6 brutal days, the crew brings home another massive load of premium lobsters.
Hey, Doc! Welcome back, boys!
The moment everyone waits for. The offload begins and the true value of the trip will finally be revealed. Crates full of monsters hit the scale. Every pound brings them closer to that $200,000 payday. The numbers are climbing fast. This trip is turning out even better than the last one. Deal sealed, the buyer is happy, and the crew just earned another substantial paycheck.
That's the last of them. Good haul. Yeah, finally, high five. Great job, boys. Ice is in.
The hard work at sea finally pays off. These men are unloading their future in live lobster. Each deckhand takes home thousands, proof that the 6 days of pain and danger were worth it. For the captain, it's more than money. Bringing home fresh lobster means providing for the ones waiting at home.
See ya, Cap!
Another successful trip logged, but the ocean never rests, and neither do these dedicated fishermen.
Cleanup never waits. The boat must be ready because another 6-day run is always just days away.
Another forecast brings new risks, but the promise of giant lobsters keeps them pushing forward.
They head out for yet another 6-day battle, chasing the next $200,000 lobster haul.
The sea tests them from the first hour, but these men have learned to live with the danger.
Trap away!
The gear hits the bottom again. The hunt for monster lobsters restarts immediately.
The moment of truth returns. Will this new set deliver another record-breaking load? The lobsters are here in force, and this trip is already looking like another winner.
Hands fly across the table. Every second counts when the catch is this strong.
The ocean pushes back hard, but these lobster fishermen push right back for the money. Premium size and weight, each one of these giants adds hundreds of dollars to the final check.
The tanks are getting heavy fast, 10. This load is building toward another 6-figure payday.
Rest and food are stolen in minutes, and the winch will call them back to deck very soon.
We're looking at record numbers this haul.
The buyer is thrilled. Projections are now well over $250,000.
The last pod is aboard. Another 6 days of brutal work are finally complete.
New gear goes aboard night. Every trip carries the potential to break their previous records.
A smart captain always plans ahead, because one unexpected storm can destroy an entire season's profit.
Maintenance is constant upgrade. Every piece of gear must be perfect to catch the biggest and most valuable lobsters.
After a short rest on land, the cycle begins once more. These lobster fishermen never stay ashore for long.
They survived the edge once more and filled the boat with treasure from the sea.
the tension lifts me, they did it again, and the big money is waiting on the dock. Woo! Back home safe, now the final payoff begins for another incredible lobster haul.
$268,000, another life-changing trip, is officially in the books.
The brotherhood forged in salt and danger is what keeps these men returning to the sea, trip after trip.
The boat is nearly ready. The call of the open ocean and another fortune in lobsters is impossible to resist.
Every trip reminds him why he does this. The money, the challenge, and the freedom of the sea.
6 days of relentless work delivered another huge success armed. But for these fishermen, the greatest adventure is always the next trip.
This is the raw, rewarding life of big lobster fishermen. The danger, exhaustion, brotherhood.
Another chapter closes. Hundreds of thousands of dollars earned through pure grit and determination.
This is the life of big lobster fishermen. Dangerous, exhausting, and incredibly rewarding. The sea always calls them back for more.